Hey everyone, thank you so much for coming to my channel, d.vs.debt. This is D, and I'm a hot mess. For the month of April, it is the home stretch for the school year. My program is wrapping up, so I just have to survive, make it to May. And then after that, I'll be able to be back on a regular filming routine, back to my old schedule, which worked out much nicer. But for now, literally, I'm just trying to survive day by day with these crazy projects and all this work and all this stress. Blech. So let's go ahead and look at my brand new shiny, literally shiny budget system. So the first quarter is over, and as a planner girl, I love watching quarterly updates that crazy planner ladies do, where every 3 months they update their system and show you what's going on, just to kind of keep it fresh. And if something isn't working for you, you figure out a new way to do it. So what I did is I put together basically a new to me system of bits and bobs that I already have or that people had sent to me. So this particular binder I had purchased years ago when I was going through a serious holographic phase, a hollow phase. And so I purchased it. Anything literally shiny would catch my attention, and so it was on extreme clearance at like 75% off at Hobby Lobby, so it was just a few bucks. So I dumped out the innards, so the old inserts that it used to have, and replaced it with the ones that Yurelia, she has cash and plans at them. So the papers that were in here originally were from 2019. Obviously, that's 3 years old. And so instead of going through and redating them, I wanted to use the current ones that I have that Yureli had sent. So what had happened is that she had given me what I call Big Bertha. And this is where I keep all of my cash envelopes now. So I took out the inserts, which were in here, and put in all my cash envelopes. And so now those inserts are in here. So first of all, let me show you, basically these things are items that I've received either from viewers or at D-stashes when I go up to the Tucson Planner Gal meetups. And so we basically take all the stuff we're no longer using, and then the people that want it just grab it and take it, and it's a lot of fun. So stuff from there, stuff from viewers. The thing I like about this is that it has a big old pocket, so this is a good place to put stuff in, like for example my receipts until I'm able to log them into here. Stickers, I attempted to make stickers, so I had purchased some for 57 cents. I couldn't resist on Etsy, and it's basically print and cut your own. So the printing part was fine, the cutting part was a problem. So me and my Cricut don't get along. The only thing I can do with my Cricut are basic vinyls like letters, and even that is tough because weeding is the bane of my existence. And basically if you don't have a Cricut, weeding is where you sit there and like pick all the pieces off of the pattern that you just cut and take it off. So I thought, okay, let's try sticker making. It was a huge fat fail. I wasted so much sticker paper. These were the ones, and I had to cut it down to size because after this they kind of didn't align anymore. They went off alignment. So I need to take like Cricut classes and figure that thing out. So for now I'm still afraid of it, still confused and alarmed by it. But basically I thought these were really cute. They're paid stickers, and so you can put them down like boop next to your bill after you pay it. So I thought it was wonderful, but totally wasted a bunch of sticker paper. I did try my hand at making printable stickers, but instead of using the Cricut machine, I just cut them out by hand, which is why they're all, you know, square and rectangle shapes. So you're going to see that in action, and this was a learning curve as well. It took a lot of time, and it was very time intensive, let's just say. I was ready to flip the table basically by the time I was finishing up. But, you know, learning process, gotta have some patience. So these are some bits and bobs that I've had. Like for example, this is from Anita Budgets. This is from Champagne at Champagne's Corner, which is so beautiful. I love me some Bob Ross. I had some stickers to lay down. Cute little Corgi. That was from a D-stash or a sticker swap that I had participated in. So, you know, just little things here and there. So I like the quotes in here. I agree with this. If you want something you've never had, do something you've never done. So that is great advice. Here's an overview of the year, and so we are right here. So I have this left on this particular set of planner inserts. I haven't listed my goals, but what people tend to do is like January goal, February, so on and so forth, since there are a total of 12 boxes. So because I'm just moving into this in April, I have to kind of figure out what I want to do with it and where to start. And this is so true as well. Believe that you can do more than you thought. So usually quotes and planners kind of make me annoyed. Either they're like, oh yeah, that's so deep, or like, oh, enough already, blarg. So it all depends on the mood. So usually I tend to not have quotes, but you know, it depends. So what I'm planning to do with this, and this is also something else from Yureli, she has cash and plans from her Etsy shop, is in these little monthly overview boxes, just put in the total amount I spent that day. And if I happen to have a no spend day, then I plop that sticker down. I am right here right now as I'm recording this because I'll be editing, uploading, rendering all that stuff, and then it'll release here, this video that you're watching. So for now I still don't have a total because the day's not over yet, but we'll see. You'll see how much I've spent so far. So then this is my budget breakdown. I will be stuffing my envelopes in a little bit, and this is where I got my amounts from. So this is where those stickers came in. I cut them out by hand, placed them down, because the thing that happens with me when I'm trying to find a budget book, I end up just dropping it after a while because it doesn't really align with the way I do things, and it doesn't have categories, for example, like invest, that I want. So this was just kind of an experiment to see how it goes. And it's literally a learning curve. Like, I liked paycheck number 2 sticker boxes better than paycheck number 1. As you can see, this is a set of 2 boxes, and this is one just kind of run together with extra space here. So I actually like the way this one turned out best. But let's go ahead and look at my paycheck. So it hits my bank account on the 6th. And so I am filming the night before, but this is my plan for that money. So my paycheck is going to be $1,100. I'm also getting an Etsy deposit for the week. So for last week, I made a total of $8.55 from my printables in my Etsy shop. So altogether, that's $11.0855. These are the bills that are going to come out of this paycheck. So I have to pay my mortgage. My electricity shot up. Normally it's $67 every single month. They bumped it up to $94 this month, which was just outrageous to me. It's like $100, bah! So that hurts. And I love how this works out. See how there's a 55 here? This is exciting to me, but also creepy at the same time. So my water bill is $31.22. And my credit card bill, oh my gosh, I've been going crazy. And I do have a bunch of expenses coming up in this paycheck. I have to buy my dog's food, medicine, all this stuff for her, and it's all through the vet, so that's going to be a pretty penny as well. But for Chase, I racked up $402.33 in the course of 2 weeks, so that gets paid off with this paycheck, because I like to pay my card off every paycheck, that way I don't pay interest. But this added up to the 55 right here. So I always get a kick out of it when things work out perfectly like that, but I also find it a little bit creepy. So the bills added up to a total of $812. Normally for my cash envelopes, I stuff $100 a week. However, I don't have enough money to go around because this went up. So I'm only going to do $50 a week this pay period. So I'm about to stuff $50 after I'm done with this. The yearly expenses, though, every single paycheck I do put aside, no matter what, $100, because this covers all of my yearly expenses, my insurance, tax, property taxes, things like that. So all together, it works out to about $2,400 a year, and I have 24 paychecks a year. So every single one, I have to put aside $100 for it. My savings challenge is usually I put what's left from my check into here. And because there's not much check to go around, I'm only going to be putting in $71 because that was what was left after all these things got deducted. Cash App, normally I like to put $100, transfer $100 over to my Cash App to do my investing, but because money is so tight this paycheck for this pay period, that I'm only putting $25 because I do have a balance in my Cash App. It's 40, I think 43, and for the investing challenge that I'm doing for this particular pay period, I just needed 25 more. So that's the way it all worked out. So my income minus my bills, minus my cash envelopes, minus my sinking funds, minus savings, minus investing, all comes out to a zero-based budget. So I assigned the dollars, every single dollar in that paycheck, a job for these next 2 weeks. And that's why you bring it down to zero. You know exactly where it all went. Hopefully for paycheck number 2, it won't be as lean as it was here. There are more bills, but the bills this time are a little bit heftier. So for example, the mortgage, and then, you know, a huge credit card bill. For me, I consider this really big over the course of 2 weeks. So next pay period, you'll see me fill this in. So I like the fact that I can see both paychecks together in one view. On the back, I'm going to be using this to track how I get my dividends. So every single month I get different amounts of dividends from different stocks that I own. And so they've already started coming in for April. So H&R Block paid me a dividend of 91 cents. Coca-Cola paid me 45 cents on the 3rd. So these two paid on the 3rd. On the 4th, Walmart paid me 16 cents for dividends. And so as they come in, I'll be logging them in here. I'll total them up at the end of the month, and then I'll decide what company to invest the total amount of dividends in that I got for April. Here, this is a pre-made page that comes with this particular planner. And so I figured it would be good to do like goals, to do notes, all of that stuff, but I haven't laid this page out because literally I'm in survival mode. So if I had put goals here, it would literally say survive the dang semester. So survive April. Once April's over, once I'm done with all these crazy, final projects and assignments and stuff for my program, then I'll be able to breathe again and have time for filming and making stuff for Etsy and all of that stuff. So that's why I basically left this blank. And then because my brain is weird, I like to start when the month starts. So this is why you see my expenses coming in here and that this was blank because this was back in March. So what I'm going to do then every single day is log where all my money went, where I spent all my money. So as you can see, for example, on April Fool's Day, I put in $30 for gas. I went to Dollar Tree. I went to Little Caesars because it was a grand opening here in town of it. So very exciting because now we have 2 fast food options here in my tiny little town. Before it was just Burger King. Now we have a Little Caesars counter. So wishful thinking, I thought I'd be able to fill my gas tank with $30, and it was a nope. So I had to go back the next day and put in another $18.52 to top it off. And that day I also went out with some friends and I bought a round of drinks. That's where that $20 went. If you are interested, you should Google the Shady Dell and Dot's Diner. Really cool place. So, if you're a tourist, you might want to check this place out. Went to Dollar General, again, filled a gas tank, and then made a donation to a fellow teacher through Teachers Pay Teachers. So for her classroom, so that she could buy some workbooks for her kiddos. Then the 3rd, I went to Tucson. The plan had been to go to the 4th Avenue Street Fair. Never made it to the dang fair because I spent about half an hour driving around looking for parking. Finally gave up because I was not about to spend $15 to pay for a parking spot. And I just gave up and went off. So I did indulge in Dutch Brothers. I'd only had it one time before. And it's a huge indulgence. I mean, $8. I spent almost $8 for a chai, basically. And it was so weird because the combination that I chose, to me, and I don't know if my taste buds are off because I'm on all kinds of like nose sprays and allergy medications and stuff. But to me, instead of chai, it tasted like nachos. So something must be wrong with my nose and my sinuses because I was like, what is this liquid nacho thing that I'm drinking? I had brunch with some of the planner ladies because I'd gone to Tucson that day for a planner meetup. So that came out to a total of $21. lovely lunch, but we got shushed by a little old lady because we were apparently having too much fun. We were outside. We were the last table in the back, and she had to come all the way up to us and be like, I know you're having a good time. Could you be a little bit more quiet? So I was mortified. I was so embarrassed. And then giving, when I was leaving out on the way out from the brunch and from the planner meetup, there was a gentleman with a sign asking for help. And so reached into my wallet and I had $4 left, 4 singles. And so that went to him. So these are the totals for those days. And that is what you see here. So when I do just a quick scan, I can see how much I spent each day. But then when I go into here, I see exactly where all of those dollars went. So just something to think about. Yesterday, the 4th, was a no spend. Today I did go to Burger King and I tried to pay with a gift card. They said it didn't work. And so I was like, what the heck? So then I paid with money instead of with a gift card. Then I went to Safeway and that's how much that went. And then once the day's over, if I have any more transactions, then I'll put them here and then I'll total it up. The last page in these inserts is a notes page. And so here I'm basically going to log in what I've made with Etsy and just, you know, maybe inspirational ideas like, ooh, I should make a printable for this, or I should make a printable for that. So if there's anything like that that you want to let me know, that's something I'll work on in May, because again, April right now is just crazy with school. But once I'm done in May, then I'll get to working on making printables and all that stuff again. But for now, like for example, week 1 in April, I made $8.55. Week 2, we'll see how much that is. Week 3, week 4, and so on and so forth. And then notes to myself. And what you do today can improve all your tomorrows. This is so true. This is why I'm hustling and investing and paying off debt and all of that stuff. So that's the way I'm going to be using this system. Hopefully you were intrigued. Oh, this little heart down here, this is from Molly, a friend of mine. So she had sent it to me as well. And it just cracks me up if you speak Spanish. So when I carry my binder around, it kind of dangles. So to me, it's like a little taleita. It's like just dangling at the bottom of my of my planner. So there is that. So let's go ahead and do a very slim stuffing of my cash envelopes. Yeah, normally I do $100, but because times are tight with this paycheck and there's not much money to go around, I'm only going to be doing 50. So no matter how tight things get, I'm always going to try to stuff my vet envelope and my car envelope, even if it's just $5 at a time. Eventually, those $5 add up. So here's the 5. I have 500 in my ally bucket just for my vet expenses, emergency vet expenses. So like the stuff I'll be picking up this pay period, like food, medicines, that doesn't come out of here. This is just for vet visits and emergencies and things like that. So 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So technically $545 is ready for vet expenses, emergency bills. Part of it is in Ally, and then the rest is in cash here. Same thing with the car expenses. That's something I'm trying to build up every single time because I have tires coming up and it's an old car, so it's pretty much going to go kaput at any point. So for this one, it has $600. I need to make that $500 placeholder. I keep meaning to, and I keep forgetting to. That way I'm not having this problem where I'm fumbling around with all these bills. So 600 in Ally, and then here I have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So $630 is ready for my car. Tires are about $750, which is why it's like I have to be putting it away every single pay period or every single week so that I can have it ready for the tires and for repairs. Okay, giving, I am going to put money into here. I have 2 April birthdays. One I just got the present for today. The other one I'll be getting in a few more days. So that one's going to be 25, so I'm adding 10. So there's 10, 25. So this is going to live here for a few days, and then it'll go to birthday girl number 2. So there we go for giving. Oops, completely blew it. So I spent it all on that fabulous brunch and on that outing with my friends it was awesome. It was like, so this is funny. They wanted to celebrate my birthday even though my birthday was in February and it's April. So they took me out there first for breakfast to Dot's Diner, and they bought me breakfast. They're like, oh, that's really sweet. Awesome. Thank you. And then they saw a poster on the wall saying, we're going to have music tonight, and we're going to have brisket, and we're going to have like all this other stuff. It was basically like a big cookout. So they're like, hey, let's come back. So we came back. So not only did we have brunch there, we went back for dinner a few hours later. So it was just hilarious. So I did buy a round of drinks, and then the lunch in Tucson completely wiped out my oops envelope. So I'm going to put in 20 and rebuild, because I was like, oops, I blew that money real quick. All right, so all the other envelopes are going to get neglected. Nothing for home. Beto has his $50 that I like to have in his envelope, so nothing there. Nothing for Yum, because I'm going to try to be good, but I've been on a carb bender. Ooh, it's been a week and it's only a couple days into it. Taxes, that's another one that I'm going to put in $5 every single week, no matter what, to soften the blow of when I do my taxes next year. I might end up having to do $10 a week, because I have a feeling next year's taxes are going to be so expensive once I factor in my Etsy stuff and my YouTube stuff. It's probably going to hurt. So, but for now I have 5, 10, 15, 20 set aside to pay my H&R Block guy next year when I file my taxes. Happy, I'm going to put in $5, and basically this is to blow on whatever it is that makes me happy. Maybe it's stickers, maybe it's a cocktail, maybe it's, you know, whatever it is, it'll come out of here. And I'm going to neglect the rest of my envelopes. They do still have cash in there, so community for showing support to members of the YouTuber Etsy community, YouTube for things like shipping, giveaways, all that stuff, Etsy for things like materials and expenses related to my little Etsy shop. So those are not going to get stuffed, because again, and I'm only working with half the amount of money that I normally do. So that is it. My next video will be on Friday, so it'll be a combination of Freebie Friday as well as some amazing Happy Mail that has come in. So I'm behind on filming, and over the course of the last week I have had Happy Mail come in from, I think, 4 people as well as 1 purchase. So you will be seeing that on Friday. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.